airdrop, but some kind of like preliminary airdrop of L2MP token. As you know, we are launching a new network early next year, units.network. And there's going to be a token there, Unit 0, and there is L2MP mining token of this network. So basically, you need to have L2MP to mine Unit 0. And we're going to start a massive, really, believe me, guys, I'm working on this, a massive airdrop for L2MP. And we wanted to start it this week, but I am talking to several marketing agencies who could help. So probably it makes sense to wait like a week and do it properly, because it's important. And a lot of other projects are doing this. So probably we should do the same, more or less, because you can't invent the wheel here. It's pretty hard to invent a marketing wheel, So I'm talking to some companies who could help. And we are waiting for some like new website. Some things have to come together. So yeah, basically let's do this airdrop today, and we will test our L2MP smart contract, because those L2MPs won't be claimable until after the network launches. So we'll test this feature. So basically, airdrop, everybody loves airdrops. What you need to do, you need to post your Waves address only once, one address per user, please, and you'll get 1,000 L2MPs, which is not much at the moment, but it can be pretty good. I think if envelope calculations. Let me just excite you a bit. So Unit 0 should reach market capitalization of around 100 million, which is very much doable with proper marketing and tech, obviously. And L2MP holders get to mine almost all of the first year supply, right? So basically it means that L2MP price is a bit too low now. And if you do some simple calculations, taking into account current supply of L2MP and target market cap of Unit 0, you will see that there is a huge arbitrage opportunity there. But let me not sell it to you, because I'm very bad at selling. I'm just drawing your attention to this fact that there is some potential arbitrage. So we will drop you 1,000 L2MP per user, which is kind of $10 at the moment. But I think it should be closer to 300 if everything goes well. And as I said, there's going to be a massive campaign. We're talking to different marketing agencies right now. Yeah. Those addresses are coming in. Cool. So yes, and also guys, we need your help. We want to create some kind of self-perpetuating marketing decentralized machine for Waves, where the community makes sure that it grows through marketing, when community grows itself. And that's why we started the Ambassador DAO, which you can join right now, actually. How it works, because it's a new concept, nobody did that before, so let me explain it once again. It's very simple, actually. So to participate, you need to have power tokens, because almost all DAOs on Waves run on power tokens. You stake them in the DAO, in the Ambassador DAO, and you just execute the tasks. Guys, don't post to addresses from the same account. You won't get anything. Only one address, please. Because there is a lot of work for the support team, and please have respect for them. So about the Ambassador DAO, how it works. You stake your power in the DAO, and the community decides what tasks are good for Waze, right? And everybody has to fulfill those tasks. It might actually be some simple retweets or reposts, or it can be something more complicated if you're like an influencer or regional manager. In this case, your task is different. And in this case, also, we can give you some power tokens. The DAO can mint some power tokens for you and basically give them to you. And in any scenario, what you get, like in terms of like profits, you get 10% of all power tokens that you have staked in the DAO. So if you stake, for example, one power token, you get like 0.1, which is $40 or $50 per month. Not much. But if it's just for retweets, I think it makes sense, you know. Yeah, most of you do those retweets for free. Why not do it for money? I think it makes sense. And if you're like influencer with like a lot of subscribers, we can give you more. We can give you like 10 power tokens. Not like me personally, the DAO can decide to mint you like 10 power tokens. In this case, your like monthly compensation will be 1 power token, which is like $400, which is okay, you know, for just reposts, retweets, and basically following waves. It's very simple. So once again, you have power. Either you buy it, or you're a very important guy and we give it to you. You stake it in the DAO. You complete the tasks presented to you by the DAO itself, and you can vote for the tasks you think are useful for Waze and for the DAO, and you get paid 10% monthly. Simple idea. Let's see how it works. It's totally community managed. Basically, you decide what you want to promote. You decide who works well, who works badly, people who don't execute, don't perform, don't get anything, because community decide that like that guy didn't perform, let's not pay him. And people can see that, so you didn't do retweets. Okay, no retweets, no money. Very simple. And community basically decides who's good, who's bad. Very simple idea, guys. So the ambassador DAO is open. I'm talking to a lot of people separately, like personally, to some influencers, to some regional managers. If you didn't fill out the form yet, there is some application form. You can find it in my Twitter or in Waze Twitter. Please fill it out, and we will consider your role, basically. So if you just do some retweet of this ambassador tweet that we promote, you get 0.01 power taken in the DAO, just for one retweet, basically. And if you want to like do something more, just fill out the form. Say I want to be a regional manager for, say, like, I don't know, India or whatever, whichever country you're in, and we will talk to you. Or say, hey guys, I have like 10,000 Twitter followers. I can promote you like 24/7. I need like 5 power tokens, and like I'll do everything for you. Please do reach out to us through this form, and we'll contact you. And I think on Monday definitely, we will distribute the first portion of power tokens to regional managers and to ambassadors. And then we will grow this, and this like marketing structure will conquer the world. I'm absolutely sure. Okay, so I think that's it. It was a lengthy introduction. So now to your questions, guys. As usually, I just read them in the chat. if someone really wants to speak up, then So, but I think it makes sense when you just type. Let me just scroll up and answer the questions like backwards, or like let me just start from the bottom. Mohammed, hey buddy, happy to see you. Happy to see you as well. Any updates on the Neutrino Index Fund? Any updates on Numeris? Good questions. Neutrino Index is moving forward. There is some like Christmas holidays like delays with this, but the updates will come before the end of the year. So, and as I told you, because you asked this, I think we need to launch it on Ethereum. The guys, I'm talking to them actually, but the separate team. I'm like an advisor to everyone, and they want to launch it on Ethereum. So it needs some preparation. It's almost done actually in terms of like concept. It just needs to be launched, and we need some marketing and probably some like launch campaign. As for Numeris, I got distracted by other things actually, and as you know, I wanted to raise some XTN for Numeris launch. Basically, Numeris is like Virus 2.0. But people actually are not so excited. So I will try to do that again. If we don't raise those funds, I have to wait a bit to maybe find some money for this, because we have some severe budget constraints, unfortunately. So, but it will be launched one way or another. So either we wait a bit till we launch Unit 0 and hopefully successfully, and in this case, there's going to be some like liquidity, probably in the DAO, and we could use it to basically fund some development in Numeris, or I get back to fundraising campaign and just focus more now on Unit 0, because we really need to launch this, because this is very important for basic ecosystem now. So let's see how it goes. In any case, this project will be launched, guys, and I actually remind you that, basically maybe you don't like that we are trying to raise funds for it, but you have to pay people. And actually it's in XTM. It's not in Bitcoin or dollars, stable coins, it's in XTM. And half of what you deposit into this new DAO treasury goes to NSBT buyback. There is a governance token which is called NSBT, and half of what you will deposit will go to the buyback, which will push NSBT price up. So I think it makes sense. Maybe next week I'll try to make another AMA about Numeris and try to close this treasury. If not, it's okay, guys. So we're trying not to ask you for money. We're trying to create some like money-making opportunities. So as soon as we have some like free funds, we will use them to basically launch Numeris. Can you please explain how Waves 2.0 will help rise XTN price? It's simple, because don't forget that you can swap XTN into L2MP 1-to-1. So I think fair price for L2MP can be like 20 to 30 cents. In this case, basically there's going to be arbitrage, and people will start swapping their XTN into L2MP, and it will create demand for XTN. This is the idea. How come if all the teams, Ivan from Bjorn XTN is asking, how come if all the teams are independent, how come you speak for them? You can reach out to them directly, but like I'm in constant contact with them, so I'm not like their speaker, but I know what they do. You understand? There's a subtle there is some subtlety here. It's not the same. So I'm not a speaker for them, but I know what they do. So I'm just telling you what they do. That's it. If somebody asked me what Bjorn XTN was doing, actually, I think I'd be able to reply as well, because I see your posts on Twitter. When can people put more power in the live shell DAOs? Because when you exit the DAO, you cannot put it again. There is some period after the settlement when you can do that. Tim, which DAO exactly do you mean? Ambassador DAO is open now for new power deposits. Hi, Galka. Galka is always here. Most active member of Waves community by far. Only I can be compared to her, I think, but she's more active. Will Unit's platform support all EVM blockchains automatically? Yeah, basically, what is Units? Units is like a platform for launching your own EVM chain. Because I think, let me just be a little bit like philosophical here for just 1 second. I think the current direction of blockchain technology is the following. Every DApp will have its own sidechain. Looks like, this is what Polygon is doing. I'm not saying that this is like optimal, but this is what it's going to be, I think. So it's very important to enable users to launch those sidechains in a very easy way, like in a very simple way, So it has to be very simple. It has to be it should be launched like within 1 day, based on existing network, on existing consensus, on existing economic incentives. And this is what we are trying to do, basically. You need, for example, you want to launch your DEX, and for that, probably you could use a side chain on EVM, your own EVM chain. So you just come to Units, and you lock some tokens, Unit 0 tokens, and basically you have your own chain. That's it. And you can build on top of it. And this chain is connected to other side chains. There is a bridge to Waves, and there is bridges to other EVM chains outside Units. They're not trustless, obviously. Actually, nobody built a trustless bridge even for EVM chains yet, although it's like doable. Nobody gives, nobody cares somehow, So basically, Units is a platform for launching your own chains, So you don't need to create a community of miners to support you. You just come to the existing community and you ask them to launch you a chain. This is the idea behind Units. I'm scrolling up, guys, picking questions one by one. Surf. Christoph came to ask about Surf. As I said, maybe I messaged in some chat during this week. I think Surf is gonna swap into L2MP, and the problem was the calculation of the fair price. Community member has helped us with this, actually. Isaev. I forgot the first name. I'm sorry. I remember only surname. I apologize. And he helped me with this actually, and he calculated like the average buy price, and now I have an estimate, so it will be now soon. And guys, actually, maybe some teaser. It's not set in stone yet. Hi, Carlos. Hi, our Spanish community manager. So staying on the topic, I started. So I'm thinking about different ways to like help people who are stuck in WXGs, which is terrible, of course. Yeah, and I think we might have some option next week. There is some details I have to think about, but yeah, I would really like to do that, and I think there is some opportunity to do so right now. Yep, I'm back to the first question, so I'm scrolling down now. Omar Alalvani, how will the Waves coin work after the update? Will there be actual major use of the Waves coin? Sure, because this network, Units network, is based on Waves. It's like Waves is a L1, level 1 chain, and those side chains are level 2, but they're based on Waves. So basically the miners who support the networks will remain the same. So basically Waves miners will also support all those side chains. So Waves will become even more important. So of course we are trying to find this balance, between different incentives, between different directions. So I think we were able to find this balance, at least in theory. So let's see how it works out, because we can't hurt current miners, right? We have a community, active, vibrant miners community. So if we launch a new network, people will ask why, actually. And we have this in Waves history when we tried to launch a corporate chain, which was called Vostok at the moment when we launched it. Then it was renamed, and it was a very, I would say, unsuccessful project. There were some internal things, but there was also some misunderstanding of the community. So why, guys, are we launching this when you have Waves, right? And probably I did not understand the community sentiment that well then. But I won't repeat this mistake. So whatever we do is built upon what we have. So whatever we do should enhance what we have, should help us resolve the problems we have, and should grow the whole ecosystem. Raman, hi Sasha. Why here neutrino? Why starts at neutrino is the information about the total number minced meat can be turned back. Well, but what do you mean? So XTN is being burned. What do you mean? If it was growing, you could say that you can't this Russian saying. But it's a very nice Russian saying. Probably this is not the right translation. I have to think how to translate this properly. So you could use the saying if the number was growing, but it's decreasing. So why? What was the problem? It should be decreasing. So eventually it should be 0, maybe in a couple of years. When big burn for WX, they burn it once per month. And I have some ideas about WX and WXG, but wait till next week because it's quite, I have to be very flexible and very like, it's a very tricky thing, you know. Yeah, Evgeny. Sorry, I forgot your first name. Evgeny Isaev. Yeah, sorry. Helped with serve calculation. How to commit power to Ambassador DAO? Just go to power.tech. There is a list of all active DAOs. Choose Ambassador DAO. Log in with your Waves account and just commit. You'll see it there. So it's maybe we can work on the interface, but I think it's pretty decent. Yeah. Sasha, do you have any plan to launch CFION online on Waves? This is a project from Aktek, our Turkish longtime supporter. I would love to. I have to discuss it with him as well, because we need to understand his objectives. And actually, he reached out to me, but I'm always like in thousands of chats, and when I'm not responding to you guys, it means that I'm responding to somebody else, and unfortunately, you can't respond to two people at the same time. That's how our brain works, unfortunately, so you can't parallelize, like you can, your brain can be parallelized, it's like only one after another. So yeah, I maybe I will talk to him again. Actually, if he's not here, if you're not here, my best regards. Actually, I checked out this game, and it is good, actually. Yeah, it's a good game. So I'm not like a big gaming person. I really don't play games for some reason. But it's very good. So I would love to launch it on Waves. We just need to discuss a bit more what you want from it, right? So as far as I understand, you need to raise some funds. To do that on Waves now is a bit complicated. Maybe it's going to change soon, but at the moment, so we still have some unresolved problems, as you know. So, and it basically prevents us from hosting good fundraising campaigns. But maybe in a couple months, it will become better and it will be doable. So just let's message me again and we'll discuss. And my goal is to support all people who are interested in Waves. It's very simple. And it's not like for money. It's just, so how to say, it's a matter of principle, right? Because Waves is a blockchain for the people. So many addresses, guys. Don't post two addresses, please, or don't post the same address twice. Yeah. So, as for supporting the game over WOC, it's like you compare like two different things, I guess. So in any case, if the community decides to support it, it will be supported, right? So if Arthur comes to the DAO, we can maybe help him, but the decision is always yours. I mean, you decide, guys. Please don't say next week. You should say after 7 days. I think it's my it's my brand already. Like next week. I am next week guy. I can't give CFION any funds, so all funding on Waves goes to the DAO, basically. So you can give him funds, not me. My role is just like to be like, how to say, a manager of this process, right? I'm not even saying a leader, because probably leader is too centralized. I'm just like enabler. I'm not a beneficiary, and I'm not like I'm not like a chief, or a boss. I'm like enabler. And this role actually I like, and I would like to, no matter what happens to Waves, and even if we resolve all the problems and maybe there is more money in the ecosystem, my role won't change. I will be just, advisor, enabler type of guy, because this is right. Is current version of Waves provided Ledger? Yeah, I think it is. It was about Ethereum DApps, but I will check. Good question, actually. Christoph asked a good question about this problem with Ledger. When, so I never used hardware wallets. I can't recommend you not to. But I always feel kind of like, why? So, and you can see, there is so many updates they download from the internet, and you don't even know what they're like installing, what firmware they're installing, and also there is like software there as well. So it's kind of like not so safe as you think. So think twice before you use any hardware wallet. Are there any active bridges to Waves from other chains? Of course, sure. Check Pepe bridges, for example. There is several, actually. The most active is Pepe bridge. Do you have bounty for Union Zero testnet? Yes, I will. Next week, I will announce it. Yeah. Not yet, Galka, but it will be announced, because actually what we have now, we're launching two things, one after the other. Basically now we're launching Waves 1.5, which is some kind of like transitionary release before 2.0. And it's on the testnet already. I think it's activated today or tomorrow. And we will have some bounties for it as well. But right after that, we will be launching 2.0, at least this part, which relates to sidechains, EVM sidechains. And this is like two different things. So that's why we can launch them one after the other. Waves 1.5 is about mostly light nodes, because there is going to be some version of light node consensus which will allow you not to, if you're a miner, not to basically process all the calculations. You can just pull the state from some node, like state change, and apply it. And that's it. It should make the system, the network, much more faster and robust, actually, as well. Because most of the forks happen because you have weak hardware in your network, which can't keep up with other miners. And they just go on a fork, and then you need a machine, you need computing power to resolve those forks. So basically, the problem is like difference in hardware capacity. And this will be resolved through this update. But parallel to that, we work on units, which will be just a network on top of Waves. And after we have launched it and developed it properly, also marketing-wise, we will get back to our Waves L1, and there's going to be a major update for L1. Waves $10 soon. Let's see how it goes, guys. I usually don't want to talk about the price, but in current situation, it would help Waves, of course. Yes. So what's next week? Galka is really anxious to know what's gonna happen next week. So many Waves addresses. How many people do we have? Let me check. 55. Okay, people love airdrops. A bit more than usual. Yeah, Pete is gonna fly. There is an active Pete competition. You can buy Pete for free. Actually, you just pay a blockchain fee, no like percentage fee. And guys, don't forget that there is this competition which is live until the end of December. Who buys the most Pete wins Pete NFT, which will pay him or her 3% or 2% or 1% of all Pete trading fees forever. Pete, not meme. What is it then? It's better than meme. It's Uber meme. Last time when BTC over 40K was over $15. Good observation, man. Good observation. So we're waiting for this. Okay, so guys, what's next week? Ambassador DAO, apply. If you just want to get paid for just retweets, why don't you apply, guys? And retweet. This is very simple. Apply for it. Testnet is live of Waves 1.5. Maybe some bounties for the testers. What else? Let me just check my notes, because I do have some notes. I think I will try to make some announcement regarding WLG. I can't promise you like 100%, but it's my goal to maybe at least propose some new plan for faster resolution until the new year. Maybe I will try to pitch you Numeris/Virus DAO again. And yeah, I think I'll finish talking to the marketing companies, and we will start L2MP campaign. And guys, don't forget that L2MP swap from Virus will be live for about a month, and then it's gonna stop. So if you think that it can be a good project, I suggest you swap. Because if you swap now, you will be getting a staking interest, which is very high until the end of January almost. It's like 100% APY right now. So we will get a lot more of those L2MP tokens. Yeah, so basically now what we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on Unit 0 launch, and we're gonna focus on growing all of our DAOs. And probably we'll try to look for some faster ways to resolve the WLG situation, and maybe somewhat also Vera situation. But the most important thing, of course, is the launch of Units Network. Please allow surf exit to L2MP. Yeah, Mohammed, I mentioned it actually in the chat. I think it will be done. Any update on the XTN manually bridge from Ethereum? It's not happening yet, Chris. Yeah, message me because I'm not sure. I thought it was already implemented. What is the next DAO? You will launch it, man. Yeah, somebody has to launch DAO on Waves, not only me, you know. So. What happens if someone doesn't swap virus funds to L2MP? He will be able to swap to XTN still. Why XX is posting proposals on XX page? Yeah, basically they want to implement the interface within WX, and they haven't done it yet. I asked them yesterday, and they told me that that would be the last proposal made on WX. WX app, I also working on that. Apple has changed its policy regarding trading apps, so we need some legal work here. Yeah, SWXG. Yeah, I told you I'm thinking about WXGs in general. What's next for NSBT? If basically launch of new index, and it's gonna be on Ethereum. So if the team can launch it properly, because I think the idea is great idea. Those like cash flows that will emerge there will be channeled to NSBT, guys, because of course it's all going to be based on the neutrino DAO that we have now. Will there be an option of early release of WX tokens as well? No, it's too cheap, Tim. You need to understand WX. So if they did that, it would crash the price even more. So who would benefit from this? Are you gonna sell them for 1 cent, or like what the idea behind it? So I think fair price for WX. Okay, I'm started talking about fair prices, which is not good, but this is probably what you want to know. So, okay, so initially WX was 1 USDN / XTN, if you remember, right? So XTN now is at 9 cents. Draw your own conclusions. Do you recommend people to swap their XTN to L2MP? If it's locked in virus, yes, you can do, or at least partially. If you just have XTN, it doesn't make sense at the moment because the price is different, right? So probably you'll have time to do that. If you can see that the price goes up, you will still be able to swap your XTN to L2MP at 1-to-1 ratio, right? So once again, I would swap from virus partially maybe. And obviously I wouldn't swap if you have XTN, it doesn't make sense. Like I would love you to swap, guys, but I'm not gonna tell you lies. You need to wait when L2MP price is a bit higher. Yeah. Of course, there is some there is some like Galka is like raising hell as usually. It's okay. When neutrino healthy, work again, healthy, yeah. So the team is launching new neutrino index on Ethereum. Let's see how it goes. I hope they'll be successful. They have all the chances to be so. Okay, guys, so I made the summary of upcoming events next week, infamous next week. So let's start wrapping this up slowly. Some more questions? Yeah, please wait for NSBT. It's like, so it just requires maybe like a month more. Just like development takes time. Why do I need to migrate my account to X? From where? From Waves.exchange, but it happened long ago. Yeah. It was like announced even before the problem started that Waves.exchange would move to X.network domain. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. So that's it. I think interesting times. Also in like crypto, some kind of bull run. We discussed it last time. I think I won't repeat myself. Bull run is possible. So I think Waves has to benefit from it. And guys, we need your support. Help us help you. Join the Ambassador DAO. Participate in all airdrops, retweet campaigns. There is also staking campaign currently running on Waves. When you have to stake your Waves, do and use leasing to one of Waves nodes. And in this case, you will participate in Power Token airdrop at the end of the month. So participate in everything. Help us grow, help us come back, help us like become better than we have been, actually, because in my opinion, Waves, if people say let's make Waves great again, I say Waves has never been great. It's time to make it great. So let's just make Waves great, guys. Thank you very much. Power to the people, ride on Waves. I wish you a very pleasant week. Holidays, New Year Eve is on the way, so wherever you are, I hope you will forget about the problems that we all are facing at the moment, not only Waves, but the world as a whole, and you'll enjoy the holidays. I love you all. Peace. Till next time.